Okay, here I am back again. I hope it looks and sounds better. It kind of does for me. So let me know, get some comments on there if you can, and let me know how we're doing. Hi. Okay, Coffee and a Card, February 14th, 2025, take two. Let's see if this is any better. All right, hope to see some people on. And we are much better. Okay, good. Thank you, Debbie. Whew. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. All righty. One of those days, I guess. Oh, well. We are going to take a sketch from one of the catalogs and kind of go with it, kind of play with it. And then as I've done before, you can tweak it, you can turn it, you can take one part of it and change it up just a little bit. You can change the orientation of those elements that are in the sketch. It's just these sketches are a springboard, or do it exactly as they are. It's okay. And just change up the colors. Okay, a lot of different things that you can do. So, of course, my mind just starts reeling and reeling and reeling. And well, we could use this, we could use that, we could emboss, we could. Anyway, that's what we're going to do here today. We're just going to kind of play along and see what we can do to change things up and make a little bit different kinds of cards with the same sketch as our springboard, as our layout. All right, so I was waiting for a few more people to come on. Good morning, Joan and Shirley and Margie. Nice. Oh, Margie's from Maryland. Nice. Me too. Okay. I don't know if we're neighbors or not, but nice to see you. All right, so just a quick review as we're kind of getting ready here. We have celebration for another couple of weeks. It goes to the end of the month. I am going to be using some of the Bloom Impressions DSP that you can get for free during celebration. Now, we are coming to the end of celebration, so make sure that if there's something that you have your eye on, make sure that you kind of order quickly, because a lot of the things are going to be as supplies last. Okay, as we're getting to the end, Stampin' Up! Wants to kind of, just get, use the stuff. And, that's why one thing, they always have a second release of some celebration products. These are some things that are from the new catalog. I showed those last time. So check them out. Last I knew, the Natural Botanicals set was not available. It's anticipated to be back the week of February 24th. So if you want to wait for that, you can do that. Otherwise, I didn't check this morning, but most of the other things were. Okay, thanks, Nadine. I appreciate that. Sometimes you just have to restart. Okay, our mind, our technology, our bodies, just start over. All right. So, okay, also the join offer is only during celebration. Also, I've had a few people take advantage of that, so that's great. Growing our Daisy team. Notice I'm wearing my Daisy Heart Valentine shirt today. Okay, I found this online. I said, oh, I want that. Got it a while ago. So I said, oh, perfect for Valentine's Day, right? So wearing that today. You could be part of the Daisy team. Get a great discount. And you can get a lot of extra perks with Stampin' Up!, private demonstrator websites. You get Facebook groups, a lot of support from me and the other demonstrators. You get, of course, your discount. You get to pre-order things a month early. And my perks are you get any of my tutorials you get for free. You get to share with other people on the team. We have a private Facebook group as well. And we have monthly meetings. I'm here to support you in anything that you do. Any questions? I have some people that um, are very active, and some people who just like to sit back and enjoy their discount. So it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you like. And yeah, so if you're interested, please let me know. Reach out, even if you just want to talk or you're considering. If you have an order of $99 or more, please, please, please consider this. Consider this offer, because the starter kit is only $99 and you get $125 worth of product. You can either add on an additional 30, or you can get the option one is 2 sets of the Stampin' Write markers. So you get to choose which family of markers you want. And you get a special stamp set that nobody can just buy. It's only for the starter kit. And they throw in an extra paper pumpkin kit, some catalogs, business supplies, if that's where you want to go. A lot of things. Check out the website. Check out Lorraine Sish.stampinup.net. And you can, that's my online store, and you can click on join and see some of the things there. All right. We are going to get started. I have stuff all over the place here. Of course, a lot of things going on. Let me just get my, excuse me 1 second here. Okay. Up close and personal with my shirt. Okay, I just wanted to get my Starstruck embossing folder. This is something else you can get just with celebration. And I did a little bit of embossing ahead of time. I did some die cutting ahead of time, so we can kind of just throw some cards together and see how that goes. All right, we might need to do a few other things along the way. Anyway, before we get started, basically, I am going to be using, let me get my desk clear so you can see what I need to show you. All right. Here's the sketch we're going to be using. Let me switch my camera around. Hey. Yay. All right, I think we're on a roll. We're good. Good. So from the mini catalog, we're going to use just this simple sketch right here. Okay, because sometimes the more simple it is, the more options you have, because you can elaborate it on it more. You have fewer elements that you're confined to. So that's what we're going to use. We have our card base. We have a layer that is I don't want to say significantly smaller. So not right up to the edge. So it's going to be, your eye's going to draw in more as a focal point. We have an oval there, and we have a banner. All right. So we can interpret that in lots of different ways. The banner can have a sentiment. It could have some images. Same thing with the oval. And of course, it could go different directions. So we're going to play around with that today. All right. So here is a card that I had gotten from a stamper and a downline that I said, oh, I love this card. I think I want to case it sometime. So as I decided, I want to do that particular sketch, I said, you know what? In a way, this is an example of that sketch as well, where you have your center oval. So instead of just having a sentiment across here, we have a stamp sentiment, but we have a focal element going up that way. You have your image. So in a way, you can think of it as, all right, the oval's this way, and instead of a banner, we have an image. So we have some embossing in the back. That's that hammered metal that I don't have anymore, but I love it. And we have the layers. So in a way, you can see how it's kind of similar, or how, you could have just a simple oval with something across it. Okay, so that is, I love that amaryllis. And there's a little wink of Stella on there too to make it glittery. And the little pearls, I just thought it was so sweet. And not complicated, right? But it just lovely. I love, love, love. Okay, so now, what if you don't have ovals? I actually don't have just plain oval right now, but I do have from the storybook Elements, I do have these oval frames, or this oval frame. Okay, so that's something we can play with. And I have this, which is not quite an oval. It's a little bit more of a rectangle, rounded rectangle. But you know what? That could be our center element. So that's okay. So I cut some of those things out in wheat and white, and I have some in vanilla. And I have that ready to go. Now, don't throw away those centers because those can be used as well. I have my little brush to pop out those little pieces. I have my pick tool to help push through some of those little holes and get my cardstock out. All right, so those are going to be my center elements. And this one has to be done as well. Here. Okay, yeah, good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back, Susan. And hi, Michelle. Nice to see you. Some of you are such regulars, you probably recognize each other's names by now. You know, like maybe Michelle is used to seeing Susan or Nadine or whatever. Give a shout out to somebody's name you recognize from other lives. Okay, be friendly with each other. It's okay. Nice to have a group, right, that we can feel comfortable with and just have fun with. All right. Put your dies back. Otherwise, you'll be sorry when you can't find them. Right. This has another square frame, but I chose the ones that were more elongated because kind of that's what we're looking at right now. All right. Then I'm actually going to incorporate some new paper. And I just got that uses this color palette. I haven't even bought, I opened this for my paper share folks, but I haven't even opened mine yet. So I thought now would be a good time. You know, I like to try new things with you. So this is online exclusive. It's Everyday Happiness. And it has some of my favorite colors. I've been using the Lost Lagoon a lot, right? So it has the Lost Lagoon, it has Wild Wheat, Pretty Peacock. Now this stack of paper is a little different. You only have three different patterns, front and back, but you have 4 sheets of each. So instead of 2 each of 6, which is 12, you have 4 each of 3 designs, which is still 12. So it's kind of nice because when you have your favorite patterns, you're going to have more of it. So look at this. You have some beautiful stripes. It looks like a linen texture. Really, really pretty. And over here, this looks like a linen background too. So you don't really have to emboss unless you want to feel that texture, but it almost looks like you could. All right. And this nice little dotted, elongated dots, I guess I would say. And then this ombre look over here is really pretty. And then you have your plaid. And on the back of the plaid, as you saw, you have these little tiny glittery stars. So it's really nice. And all of these have that linen-y kind of texture to it. So it really is fun. So here's the color palette. Vanilla. Is it? Yeah. Actually, this looks white on there. I guess it's vanilla. It says vanilla on the outside, on the back side rather. You have Pretty Peacock, Pecan Pie, Mossy Meadow, Lost Lagoon, and Gray Granite. So isn't that a nice color palette? So soft and, and Wild Wheat. Okay, Wild Wheat. I took that aside to cut my other pieces on. So here we go. There's the Wild Wheat in there. Okay, so let's try to do something with this. I'm going to use this oval here. And because it's vanilla, I cut out a vanilla piece so that I could use the inside to stamp on. Okay, so that's going to fit inside there. So let's choose a background. Let's choose a piece of DSP. And how about you help me? Let's see. What card base would you like me to use? I'm going to be using this. So what do you think? Give me a suggestion. Somebody give me a suggestion. This is kind of like you can help pick. You can help pick. We can use Peacock, Pecan, the Mossy Meadow, the Lost Lagoon. I'm not sure the Gray Granite works terribly well with that right now, unless I pull in something else that has the Gray Granite on it, which is a little bit busy. So I'll eliminate the Gray Granite. And anybody have a color you'd like to choose? I know it takes a little time for me to see your messages. All right, so we have that. And then I'm going to be taking, let's try, for the focal points, I'm going to use some of these little sticker sheets here come as an add-on to the designer paper. So you can get the designer paper just as is, but for a few dollars more, you can actually get this sticker sheet. So for a quick, easy card, or some of these things are more geared to scrapbooking, but you could certainly use them on your card as well. So it's just one sheet, but you get all these elements here. So we can actually do something. Let's see. All right, I see Pretty Peacock first. All right, we'll use Pretty Peacock. So you can actually use, like I said, some of these elements for your cards. There's some banners. There's some images. There's some strips. These are up here. These are strips that you can cut. Okay, these are not stickers, but you can cut these into any size that you want. Same thing with down here. Or are they stickers? Wait, oh, no, that is a sticker. I'm sorry. I just thought there were two, but it's really just one. But you can certainly cut that into two different ones. Some of these things probably would only work for scrapbooking, like, I don't know, enjoying the moment or things to remember, or who knows, but it depends what message you put inside, right? You know, things to remember, then you open up how much I love you. I don't know. Okay, just brainstorming off the top of my head. A special day, pure sweetness, happiness, story of today. Well, story of today might be a scrapbooking thing. Anyway, so we can just use these to make a simple card. So let's start with our peacock. Okay, 5.5 by 8.5. Score at 4.25. Put that aside. I'll get the other papers out of the way. And then we can work from there. Let's pick one of these DSPs. I'm going to put this on here because we have the wild wheat. I'm going to pick something that has the wild wheat in it. such as this one here. Oops, I took out all three. This is just one. Now let's see if this might be too busy or not. Well, it could be because I want to be able to see this, but we could use some of this as, maybe I could use the wild wheat one. And we could do that because that wild wheat is a little lighter. But nice to have a little bit more contrast, I think. So it's nice to kind of just try different things. Let's see about this piece here. You can pull in the different colors. You can cut this to different places to have more intense color there, or more of the blues, or any of the variations that you want there. So that could be kind of nice. I think I might go with that because then my pretty filigree shows up a little bit more. And I'm actually going to try to cut more in the middle here to get a little bit more intense color. So I'm knowing that this is 12 by 12, I'm going to cut into a little bit more usable sizes here. So I'm going to cut away a piece of 4 because that could be a nice layer. And then I'm going to go over to the next 4 over there. So I'll save this for another time. And I'll cut 4 here because I want this middle piece. And then I'll turn it. And actually this I'm going to want a little smaller than 4 because I want a little bit more of that cardstock base to show. So let's see, maybe I'll go 5 3/4. I'm going to want more of this over here. So I'm going to cut here, and I'm going to cut the other side to actually 5 by 3 3/4. That's what I'll do. Okay, see now this is a piece that doesn't have much color on it, but that could be used for a sentiment. You can actually stamp on that too. So I'm going to cut 5 by 3 3/4. This is something that could go on the inside, right? So save those little things. Okay, so I'm going to bring that in like that. We'll have our little frame. And I'm going to use one of these as for my sentiment. So we could do a special day, or we could do the green to go across there. Let me just pull this off a little bit, and we can put that across like that, right? That's a special day. So it could be somebody's birthday. It could be Valentine's Day, like today. Okay. Yeah, you like that, Nita DSP? Thanks. Yep. All right. So I'm going to glue down my layer. Now, if you want to get more complicated, you can make this a double layer. You can put cardstock behind it. You can cut it down lower, right? So whatever works, you can just go with it. Yep. Shake that down. There we go. So right now, I am just kind of keeping pretty true to that sketch, which is your card base, one layer, an oval, and a banner of some kind across. Okay, now this little, you've seen me use this frame before. There are some decent areas for your glue, so it's not too difficult to use your liquid glue. But of course, you can always use adhesive sheets if you are not good at putting the glue on there. Just tiny dots. Be patient. Or just give a little smear. Ta-da. Okay, so then we'll need a little something on there. Ooh, that got a little bent. I'll put it down on the bottom. Maybe it won't be seen. It'll be covered up by the banner. All right, so we need something on there. So we couldn't always just cut out something. We can stamp something on there. We can, I'm going to get the storybook stickers that go with that, not stickers. The storybook moments. I'm going to just find one of these little guys because I just love these vintage looking things inside that frame. I don't know, just love it. And I want to find something that will work with those colors. Let's see. And that was a little big. And this one, now that one doesn't have the colors in there, but it can work, because it is kind of more the neutrals. But that's something. We have a little duck. We could put the little duck in there. That's awfully cute. Let's see what else would fit. I think that squirrel's just a little big. Or we could put some of the potted plants or flower things in there, but I don't know if I like that. That one's a little big. I don't want this one overhanging the frame this time. You can do it sometimes, and I've done it, but I'm just not thinking that way right now. Of course, there is a little bunny. I love this one the best. It's really cute. Okay, now that's more of the blues. Doesn't tie in with those colors. So I don't know. That might be a little too different. Or there's this other little mouse. All right, I think those are our best choices of the animals. So there are to choose from. Or I could go with some of the stickers that came with on that sticker sheet. Not sure. I'm not sure about that. Okay, this is a little too small for just that. So don't care for that right now. This one doesn't have the same colors and it goes sideways. But these are certainly elements that you can just put on your card in a different way. So let's use, that's awfully cute. But then he's not centered. His tail would have to hang off, which could be okay. It depends who you're giving it to, right? Okay, that could be cute for, say, my grandson. All right, special day for Valentine's Day or something like that. Okay, the little duck is awfully cute. All right, let's go with the duck. It's kind of tying in more of those colors there. All right, we'll go with the little ducky, and then we're going to put a special day across. Okay, I'm going to stick this guy up with dimensionals. Now the other, because they are stickers, you would think, okay, I'm going to have to stick them down flat, but you can always put dimensionals behind there too. That would be okay. All right, 3-dimensional duck. Okay, stick it up. I'm going to take this, a special day, and put it just across down here. Now in the sketch, the banner goes right across part of the oval. But of course, it's your card and you can figure it out however you want. And look how quick and easy, right? Now, I never glued that down. Let's get a little glue behind there. It just kind of stuck in there. Let's hold it in there just fine. Well, that would not be a good thing to forget. Okay, special day. And then, of course, you put something on your inside. All right, let's try something else. I'll put those colors aside. I just love these colors. Oh, my gosh, they are just so pretty. So pretty. Let me say good morning to some of the new people I hear. Okay, Julene, hello. Hello. Okay, Julene, I'm going to use Lost Lagoon on the next card, okay? So I will get that Lost Lagoon in there. Love Lost Lagoon, right? It's a favorite with many people, I think. Okay, hi, Joyce. Nice to see you. Bunny is best. He's just coming. Yeah, Bunny would have been fun, too. But I have a couple other cards with the bunnies, so I figured, oh, let me do something a little different there. All right, let's go with something. Here's my Lost Lagoon. I'm going to score that. 4 1/4. And I'm going to use the Bloom Impression from the celebration items. Okay. Oh, there's my gold folder. I'll put these guys aside for another time. I'll use them for sure. All right. So I was looking through other things that I could use. Remember, we're doing this sketch here. And like I said, I didn't have any ovals except for this frame. And I showed you how that could work. Or something elongated like this. But you know what? You don't have to stick to that. It's a sketch. It's a suggestion. So you can kind of go with what you have. I looked at other dies that I had. I have something fancy. Has not ovals, but rounded rectangles. So that's certainly something that could work, right? And then I decided, well, you know what? What about just circles? I know there are other sketches on here that use the circles, but nobody says it has to be an oval. It's your card, and you can just kind of go with it. So let's use some circles. To get started, I but die cut some circles, some in white, some in the designer paper. And I did some layers, so we can play around with that. And I had some strips left over, so took some of those out as well. And I figured, okay, let's just kind of see what we can do with this following that sketch. And so what I used was the stylish shapes. I used the circles, and it has the banners right there, which kind of was suggested in that sketch. So look and see what you have, and just say, well, I like that, but I'm using circles instead. So whatever. So here's the Lost Lagoon. We have different options here. We can do a solid card base with kind of a tone-on-tone kind of a look. And then if you wanted, you could layer. Like I said before, you can do 2 different layers. You don't have to just stick with the one. Now that's a little bit busy, I think. You don't see enough of this, and I love that. So that's really pretty. I could have my circle here we're going to do a little stamped element on there. And then I have some banners that I could use to go across that. maybe even something you could do a banner, and I could put my sentiment on here and have this just as my focal point too. Well, not a focal point, but have that as an image. You can have just a piece of cardstock going across. We can turn it sideways, have a horizontal card, and then have something like that. So we have lots of options here. Just this is one suggestion, that something that I do, just punch out a bunch of things and then just mix and match and see how you can use them all. All right. Maybe to bring a touch of color, I can do this. I can have my sentiment going across, either with a white or whatever. And then to bring in just a little pop of color, maybe I could just put a stripe on the side here. So that would be the similar layout, but just bringing in a little extra color, and I could bring some color in with the stamps. So I'm thinking maybe we can do that. And let me get my paper here. Okay, so Bloom Impressions, really, really pretty. Got a lot of springy colors in there. And so I'm using the Lost Lagoon, which, to be honest, they don't use Lost Lagoon on here, but I love Lost Lagoon with these papers. I've always used Lost Lagoon. They suggest Coastal Cabana, which I also have here, but I don't know. I just kind of like the Lost Lagoon. It's a little softer. I mean, it does look pretty, but I'm going to use the Lagoon. Like I said, that way it highlights my paper a little bit more. So I'm going with this design here. I'm going to use some pretty petals for stamping. And also another idea, if you wanted, you can double your circle. So just different ways that you can elaborate. Start with that basic layout, but then say, oh, I could do this, I could do that, right? So you can't get, that's what Nadine and I say, can't go wrong with Lost Lagoon. That's for sure. All right, so a lot of ideas here, guys. Let's see. Do you like the double circle, or should I just stick to the one? Well, let's stick to one for now. All right, that way I can have a lot more space to do my stamping on. Okay, so I'm going to take, I'm going to use Lost Lagoon for my leaves here. And this is pretty petals, and it's okay that it doesn't fit completely on the circle. You can always just use part of that area. Okay, so Lost Lagoon. Okay, bigger stamps. I often take my ink to the stamp because this block is bulky. I want to make sure it's inked up nicely. Now you're going to get a lot of shading on this one, which is nice. You don't have to worry about looking, I don't know. I just like the variations of the shades on these stamps here. Distinctive is what they often call them. See, look how pretty that is. And then we can do the next one with our flowers. Now the pinks that they have on here are Flirty Flamingo, Melon Mambo, Petunia Pop. Let's see. Probably, I've been using Melon Mambo a lot. I have never used Melon Mambo as much ever before. I don't know, I guess the paper dictates it, right? I think it might work out well because putting that all in there. Now I could use Petunia Pop. I did bring in Petunia Pop. I did have it here. I don't know. I think I see more mambo in there. There does call for Blackberry Bliss, which is the darker purple there, but I think that's going to be a little too dark. I could always stamp off, but I'm going mambo. I'm gonna go mambo. All right, those two colors do go well together. Nadine and I were just talking yesterday about she doesn't use the bright colors all that much. I said, you have to use melon mambo. There's a place for everything eventually, right? In moderation, it's all good. Okay. All right. Now, this one I usually have some trouble with. I think I put a mark on top of my stamp as to where I have to line this up. This is a little tricky. Yes, I did. Okay, there we go. I put a little Sharpie marker right up there, showing me that that flower goes toward the top and the middle. And let's see. There's the stem. Just look for the stems, the ends of the stems. Okay, there we go. Maybe that contrasts with that DSP too much now that I'm looking at it. You know what? I think I like it better without. A little too much competition on there. I could put this on the inside. You could do that. Let's stick to the basic plan. All right, the basic sketch for this one. And so we have that. I'm going to glue my DSP down, and we'll just put a sentiment on there. I think I need to get another glue. All right, let's use some tape runner this time. Okay, Seal Plus, so it's really got to hang on there. Okay, now this layer is 3.5 by 4 3/4. Okay, 3.5 by 4 3/4. So that way you have a little bit bigger area there. I'm just going to glue that straight down. Then we're going to pop up our sentiment. All right, and it's going to be so sweet, simple. You can make a ton of these for like your thank you cards, or just have them ready to go for birthdays, or just don't do your sentiment until you know what you want to do it with, right? Okay, so let's get a sentiment there. I just happen to have happy birthday on my something fancy set that coordinates with those other dies. So we're going to use happy birthday. I could always use birthday cards. And I'm going to do what I've been doing lately. And I'm going to use basic gray. Instead of black, it's kind of a little bit softer look. Yet it's dark. You know what I mean? Hopefully I don't mess that up. Ah, I did. Ooey. Well, I just won't attach it all the way today. You will get the idea, and I will redo that. Look how sweet that is. I would put that up with dimensionals. You can put it right across wherever you think it's going to look good. Or down below, in the center, offset. I don't like hiding that big flower there, but okay, so either way, whatever. You could just put it down below. You don't have to cross it over. But in just keeping with the sketch, it does cross over a little bit. So maybe I would do that. And of course, you can add your gems. On this one, I might like just a little bit of sparkle. So maybe some of the rhinestones. I think that could be nice. Of course, the pearls would be very classic looking too. But let me use the other end, the putty end, what it's intended for. And then, oops, I missed it. Here we go. That really just brings a nice little shine in there. And I will restamp my label. Pretty, right? Okay, so that same layout, the same sketch, we have a couple different ideas right there. Let's try another idea. One more thing here. Sticking with the Bloom Impressions paper. This time, let's use maybe Blackberry Bliss for the background since I have it here. And I think that will go really pretty. 5.5 by 8.5. Okay, I'm just looking at different comments here. Hi, Susan. Thanks for showing how to combine different papers and stamp sets. Yeah, you don't have to, although Stampin' Up! Is known for the coordination of products, the colors definitely reach over different collections and stamp sets and whatever, but you don't have to stick to whatever comes in the bundle or the collection. Yeah, cross over and see what works, right? Now, I told you I wanted to bring in the Starstruck embossing folder. So I'm going to take a sheet. This one is going to be 5 by 3 3/4. We're going to emboss that as our layer. I love this one. It looks, at first glance, it looks like flowers, petals, but the centers are actually the stars. So it can kind of go either way. Now this folder is not a 3D folder, so you need to do your sandwich with your number 1 block. Okay, with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, it tells you right on here, okay, the regular embossing folder formula is here. So you have the same thing that you would do for die cutting, except you're going to leave out that number 2 white panel. Okay, I'm going to put that in there. It helps to put it a little on an angle so the corner goes first. It will slide through a little bit easier. Right through your machine. Okay, so that background doesn't have to be cardstock. It doesn't have to be designer paper. It could be something embossed, right? And then you could put another layer inside there. So I kind of like that. I like seeing those little bits of the embossing around there. And I might cut this down. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it like that. Should I cut it down a little bit more? I'm not sure. Depends what I'm going to put on top. I was thinking of this white. Maybe that'd be too much white. Okay, we're going to leave it like that because I could still see enough of the embossing around the edge there. So we're going to do a double layer on that. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment on here. Right, I think this thank you would work. No, that's a little too small. Oh, let me see. I want to do one with the sentiment just to mix it up a little bit. Let me see what I have. Bigger. All the stamp sets I have. I didn't pull out something here. Okay. Maybe this. Okay, make a wish will fit. All right, so it's going to be a birthday card. From birthday celebrations. You don't have to have the cake on there or candles to wish somebody well, right? Make a wish for your birthday. Right, and we are going to go with Blackberry Bliss on this one. That stands out nice and bold. There we go, that worked. All right, and then my part that's my banner that's going to go across. I'm going to use this. Make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to do a banner cut at the end. Actually, no, I'm going to, instead of a banner cut like this, we're just going to, let me cut it just a little smaller, a little thinner. Looks a little bit more delicate. I love the Stampin' Up! Trimmer because it has these supports up here so you can cut thinner pieces. It's not going to wobble on you. All right, I'm going to just cut across like that. Now, if you want to have that same angle, then you just use that piece that you cut off, put it on the other side, and cut along that line. That way you know you have the same angle. Okay, we have that. Now that looks just a little plain, but I'm going to add some gems to that. So let's glue it all down so we can just make sure we know where we're going with this. Alrighty. Hi, Crystal. It's okay. You came on late. Nice to see you. You can always watch the replay to catch the beginning. We're doing a sketch from the mini catalog, page 12. Okay, then we'll put this on top. Okay, because the part that's raised is much less surface area than what's underneath, you want to make sure whatever you're gluing your embossing folder to has enough adhesive to stick on there. Okay, so the sketch, like we said, doesn't have a double layer there, but we're just elaborating on it, right? We're taking the same idea and elaborating. Now, again, to mix things up, you can go sideways with this. Maybe we do that. Do something different this time. I'd like to show you different options, just ways that you can think outside the box, so to speak. All right, so I'm going to do that just so we have some different layout to play around with. Okay, and I'll put this up with some dimensionals. Now the designer paper is kind of thin, so I'm going to make sure it's well supported, or you can always glue it to a piece of cardstock and just cut it the same shape. We'll bring in some of that lagoon. or Coastal Cabana, whatever you want to call it. It's all the shades anyway. So right now we're going to put some pearls on there. So these are the antique pearls. I love these. They are just so pretty. Oh my goodness. Even though they have, they do have a little bit more of a vanilla look to it. Maybe that's not my best choice for this. Let me see. Sometimes I just have to get it out there and get it on there. Well, you know what? I think it's okay because the iridescence brings out some of the pinks and some of the greens anyway. So I'm going with it. I'm going to use the middle side. I'm going to put 3 over here, middle size rather. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so different look, and that is different from these. So just showing you taking that sketch, something oval or something round, putting a banner across it on a layer of other cardstock. Another thing I pulled out that I might play with, and I will post them later. I won't take your time today right now, but I went with rectangles, and I cut out some rectangles with the radiating stitches. It's an online exclusive, and again, it gives that elongated look, and that could go on. Well, that could go with the Coastal Cabana, perhaps. Again, we could put some layers. I think this would be sweet. And this one I cut sideways, so that would be a horizontal card. A couple little hearts on there. I cut some in designer paper and some with the petunia pop. And then we could have a cute little card with that. So again, and just putting a banner across in some way. So I'll go back and I'll see what I want to do with that. But just another idea, just stemming from the oval with the banner, and then you just kind of go from there. So that's kind of my idea for that one. I'll put that together later. Come back to the Facebook page and you can see where I'll take pictures of all the cards. And then hopefully my challenge to you is to take these ideas and then show me your ideas. Okay, I love how you take some inspiration from whatever I give you. Maybe you do it the same, maybe you change it up a little bit, but that's what we love to see. We love to see the variation. We love to see new ideas. And I love it when my followers share with their designs too, because sometimes you guys come up with things that I don't think about. And it's just nice to feel part of the group, part of the community, right? So, oh, thanks, Crystal. Glad you like that tip. That's the Blue Impressions paper is so pretty. These papers, guys, look so much better in person than they do in the catalogs. I mean, it's hard to take photos of things and really get the whole essence of what they look like. These colors are so vibrant, yet the patterns are delicate. So you can get your bright colors, but it's soft and subtle in the same way too, right? So they look so pretty. Anyway, that's it for today. And stay tuned. Like I said, come back and look at more options, more designs that I make with this sketch, and try some of your own. And please share. I had a challenge last week, and I only had 1 or 2 people share their design. But anyway, that person is winning a prize. And actually, one person shared late on a different page. But anyway, we are going to have a challenge on this sketch, this design from now through the week. Anybody who posts a picture of their design, you will win a prize from me. Okay. So maybe it'll be a quarter pack of designer paper, maybe it'll be some embellishments, maybe it'll be some ribbons. Okay. So you'll win some kind of a prize from me. So try it out, folks. Okay. It really is fun. Once you get started, then the ideas just keep coming. So thank you for coming on today. Have a happy Valentine's Day. Don't forget to send good wishes and hugs and love to people that are in your special circle of friends and family. And we'll see you again next time. Okay, bye-bye, everyone.